What is up, my ninjas? I'm Strident. I'm back. I got my new intro. Hopefully this one won't give me any issues. And I am here with the review of the Revoltech Yamaguchi Gurren Lagann. I got this as a gift from my brother from another mother, Agent O. And I had been meaning to do this review for a little while, but I had never planned on getting any Revoltechs because for as small as they are way too expensive. At least for me. I got a family. I'm not spending $50 on a 4-inch tall figure. But I guess my brother happened to get this one on clearance. $20. Yo, there's a lot of figure packed into this package. So as you guys know from my review, Gurren Lagann is one of my favorite super robot animes. The mecha itself is one of my favorite, from the design to the function to just, you know, its badass appearance in general. You know, the all the aesthetics, everything, gimmicks, everything. It's just, it appeals to me. This figure manages to capture all of it. I mean, and he's so posable and so well put together that there's really not much to complain about. You know, I really didn't know what to expect, and I'm happy to say that I am impressed. I'm like super impressed. There are a lot of accessories that come with this figure. He has his drill, which he better have. There are other versions of the figure that come with a Giga drill, which I wish this one did. But there are other versions that come with it. I've heard bad things about those figures, you know, and I actually saw them, so I'm kind of like, I'm glad I ended up with this instead of, you know, one of the other versions, because as far as posability goes, I can make him do everything I saw Gurren Lagann do in the show. Comes with several sets of hands, this awesome stand that replicates the dust or dirt kicking up from the sheer power of the drill, and you can see the dust is kind of rotating because it's being pushed back from the spinning force of the drill, which is awesome. He comes with some extra pairs of hands that are open, hands that are pointing, and 2 pairs of fists, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else as far as hands go. I don't think there's anything else. He comes with, obviously, like I said, the trademark drill. It is a Revoltech figure, so it does have he comes with holding things hands. I forgot about that, but I'll show you those in a little bit. He comes with 2 heads, one relaxed, one, you know, determined. It's really not too much else to really talk about. The figure is stellar. Paint job is awesome. There are metallic portions, you know, where metal was, like on his hands. Well, I should say not where metal was, because it's a robot. It's pretty much all metal. But the parts that looked like a darker color all have like a semi-metallic wash going on to them, or a prismatic, somewhat prismatic, you know, shimmery kind of metallic paint to them, which is really nice because it's subtle. It's not like beat you over the head, you know, like some figures do, where the paint job is just like, look, you know, look at me, look at me. Even the yellow, as you can see on the shoulder pads, it's got a like a pearlized or pearlescent kind of you know, finish to it, which is pretty awesome because it does make the robot look that much more realistic. And you know, one thing that's cool about this figure is that from the pictures that I always saw, I couldn't get a real gauge on how tall this figure really is. But it's so well detailed that I can take pictures of him up close, and it gives the impression that he's, you know, a little bigger than he really is. But this thing doesn't really stand that much taller than about 4 inches, maybe 5. There's the holding things hands with the extra set of shades, the boomerang shades, which is awesome. this is one of those figures that, if you're an artist, it's extra awesome, extra awesome. There is a YouTuber by the name of Kimchi Films who he does a lot of like stop motion fights using Revoltech figures, and I'm seeing where he got his inspiration and how he was able to get, be so inspired to use those figures and get the poses and the what's the word I'm looking for? To get the man, I hate when this happens. The keyframes that he gets with those awesome poses to make the fights look that much more, epic. It's just this figure lends itself to the idea of epic situations, and since he's small, there's a lot that you can get out of him as far as poses and things, and a lot that they've packed into him, being that it is such a small figure and such a, I guess, a compact, package of things. It's kind of strange. Initially, I expected to get just a tiny cheap-ass figure along the lines of SH Figuarts, because SH Figuarts are nice, but they're made out of some cheap-ass PVC that, and if they fall, something's gonna chip or break or something, and you've spent like $40 on that figure. I was so wrong when it came to this figure. This figure is made out of really durable plastic. The Revoltech joints are really durable. I mean, I learned where to move them and how to move them so that I can get the most posability out of the figures, and I'm really happy about that. I mean, I think I might have to go back and get the others, but man, I can't. I'm at a loss for words when it comes to what I could tell you about this figure, because I did not expect it to be this cool. I really didn't. Now, one of the things that I did notice too is that he doesn't actually have double joints, but the Revoltech joints have such a wide range of motion that you can assume poses that normally double jointed or double joints would be necessary for you to pull off. On top of that, when I was talking about accessories, he does come with the jet pack, or the flight pack that he had from the original, from the series. It's pretty awesome when they did that, because I was surprised that they would include such a thing and it wouldn't be way more money. I dig the fact that you can see the drills poking through just like in the show, because he he could connect to different things using the drills. So you're kind of getting that whole, you're kind of getting the effect without a lot of work. The flight pack by itself is made of the same kind of plastic that the figure is made out of. It's really sturdy, and it's held together by some simple, I want to say some simple, it's not necessarily pegs, but they're sculpting on his back with 4 holes, and the 4 holes fit directly into an impression that was created on the bottom of this flight pack, and it sticks perfectly well. I had no issues with it. Nothing fell off. It's perfect. The wings are on ball joints as well, so you can get him out of the way if you want to move his arms around or something, or if you want to fold it up, you can. I don't think I took pictures of it folded up, but everything works well together with this figure. You don't have to worry about, can I put the drill on and have the backpack on, or can I have, this set of hands with this backpack and blah blah blah. No, everything works well with this figure. I didn't have much slop on my figure. I think the sloppiest thing, and it's not really sloppy, it's just his face has areas along the edges that aren't perfect, but everything else is perfect. I mean, as you can see, you just look at him flying with his drill. I mean, it's exactly like in my little intro. It's pretty damn perfect. I mean, and I've seen a lot of different versions of this, of Gurren Lagann, and some of them look really technical. Like, technically speaking, they look like a piece of real machinery, you know? Like the Reobot version, which I really want that one. It's probably the only other version that I saw that I liked. But this version captures exactly what you saw in the anime, you know? He feels substantial. Even though he's not the biggest mech, he feels like a tough mech. Looking at him, you can totally see that it is a tough figure. His neck joint, I meant to mention that. One of the most unique neck joints I've ever seen on an action figure. You've got the ball joint, the Revoltech joint, connected to the head, but then the actual base of the neck itself moves, so you can get, you know, further extension from his neck. I mean, I've really never had figures, I don't know, it seems like the Japanese figures always have these little details that kind of help. I don't know, it makes it feel like the purchase price was worth it because of all the little things that you get in the figure. I mean, I really wish he was bigger, though. That's probably the only downside to this figure. If he was at least 7 or 8 inches, I would have been really happy. But like 4, that's a tiny figure. He's smaller than my smallest, well, he's smaller than Kid Flash from my DC Universe Classics. And you know, Kid Flash and Robin have the little teenage body, and they're the little guys. They're tiny. I was expecting at least for him to be that tall, or just a little bit taller. The cool thing is, I have an Omega Boost figure, and he stands just a little, well, like a head shorter than the Omega Boost, which is cool because I always imagine Omega Boost to be this big, powerful tank, you know, almost like an agile tank. Which, you know, an aerial agile tank, if that makes any sense. But, like I said, everything about this figure, it just screams Gurren Lagann. Okay, I did actually have pictures of the wings folded up. Everything about this figure really screams, you know, show accurate Gurren Lagann. You don't really have to worry about parts falling off. Everything fits on snugly. Things move out of the way. Several of the panels are on Revoltech joints. The hips, once you figure out where the joints are, like I said earlier, you can put him in whatever pose you can come up with. His hands, they're sometimes a little finicky when you're switching out hands, but overall, it's not much as far as problems go. It's really easy once you figure out where the joints move. You know, sometimes they spin around in the sockets, so like bending upward will not be bending upward. You might have to bend it inward because now that's where the joint is facing. You know, the joints do that a lot. But besides that, there's really no problems. I mean, it's just pure fun. You know, you don't have to worry about things not doing what the box says it can do. If you see him in a pose on the box, believe me, you can get him in that pose once you get the toy out of the box. I couldn't find many things to complain about. The drill fits snugly. It also has the key portion of it, like the way Simon's drill is on his necklace with the loop. So you can actually store that with the loop piece connected to it. You also get your Revoltech box that you can put all your parts in, and you get a stand. The stand is it's a clear flight stand like you see pictured here. It's pretty cool because it does actually get out of the way when you have it against a white backdrop. So a lot of my flying pictures, it wasn't me suspending him on string or something like that. He actually was sitting on his stand, and it just looked proper. I mean, I don't know. I was surprised. I couldn't anticipate that this is what was going on. I mean, I've seen reviews of these figures. I just didn't see much about how well the stand works, you know? And it's easily one of the best stands that I've ever had. This is a solid figure. Leaps and bounds better than the composite version, or KA composite version, which is bigger and less posable, and that's the one that comes with the Giga Drill. It seems that Revoltech went crazy and made every version of Gurren Lagann, and at some point I will have the major versions of the figure. I just wish that they were all bigger, or at least that Super Galaxy was like, 9 inches tall, or I'm sorry, Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. I wish he was like 10 inches tall, but one can dream. If you see this figure and you have the opportunity to get him for a decent price, I recommend it. I hugely recommend it. It's a well done figure. All the parts work really well. There's a lot of value crammed into the figure. You're going to get a lot of good poses out of him. It's extremely durable. The accessory count is pretty nice. I mean, you've got about, 3 pairs of hands, 1 extra head, 2 sets of the glasses or shades. You get the shades for fighting, and you get the shades for him to wear on, the big face on his chest, as you see here. And you get the backpack, the wing, backpack or whatever, and the drill, and the secondary stand with the, sand kicking up behind him. I mean, there's a lot of American figures that cost $20 and you don't get that much stuff. And here's this tiny little guy that you get all this stuff with. So if you get a chance, pick him up. You will not be sorry. I'm impressed. I mean, you see me stuttering over my words because not only was I not expecting to get such a thing for my birthday, I wasn't expecting it to be this amazing. So, like I said, pick it up if you see it. It's definitely worth it if you like Gurren Lagann. I'm Strident, and I am out. Peace outside, people.